What does your evaluator actually want? Realistically, they want someone who's going to make their life as easy as possible. The thing I tend to say to people is you've got to remember that these people are probably, and there's usually more than one of them, that A, they've got their own job to do. B, it's not their money, it's just their job. They want the people, the supplier who is going to make their life as easy as possible, who's going to actually do what they say they're going to do, who's actually got the references and the credibility and the experience to back up what they're saying. The people who are just gonna not renege on anything. So you're not going to breach a contract, you're not going to have shoddy kind of work, you're not going to create more problems for them. And the other thing I tend to say is like people, you've got to imagine, for example, they're, sat in some windowless office in some building and they've got 30 huge documents to wade through and score with appropriateness and that is accurate and legally compliant, if nothing else. We are seeing more and more that certain companies are taking other companies to court. We had something recently with Sopra Steria, I think, with the Department of Work and Pensions, who had done just that, and said, well, the person you've chosen cannot possibly do this, and that was their main competitor and allegedly the person they lost out to. So there's a lot riding on a lot of this stuff these days, particularly with the Procurement Act coming through and other stuff as well, as it should be, because businesses spend so long preparing bids and proposals in this way. We're talking weeks, we're talking months, and a lot of effort goes into it, and then you don't get any feedback and you don't get this, that and the other. But when you're thinking about how to make a difference with them, this is why capture management and client research is so important, because if you're just putting together some bog standard answer, it's straight in the bin. Like, it doesn't matter. You're not helping them. You're not appealing to them in any way. But once you create a visually appealing proposal document that looks good, reads well, it's got subheadings, it's got images, it's got reference points, and it's outstanding, then it makes it so much easier to give you a high mark and award you the work. Whereas if you put no effort in and it's just very, very generic, then it's not going anywhere, is it? Your job is to make their life as easy as possible. They shouldn't be looking elsewhere in the document for other bits of information where you've said, oh, see this section. No, you write or you attach what is needed at that particular point. They're not doing any extra work for you. They don't have time. If you've got 30 documents and you've got 2 days, figure out how much time they're going to spend looking at your stuff. They're not going to spend that long looking at it, are they? So you want to get through the first sift, and then you've got more chance of making an impression for the next stage or whatever happens to be, whether it's an oral presentation or whether it's something else. So that's always my point about what the evaluator wants. Make their life as easy as possible.